Hello everybody, I'm Sneaksy Gamer, and welcome back to Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls. I almost missed that corpse.
We must stop them before they do this to the entire world.
We will, no matter what they put in our way.
We are in the Westmarch Heights, trying to find Urzael while clearing the place out as best as we can at the same time. Okay, so obviously this is not the direction forward. I was pretty sure it wouldn't be. Sorry about that. I always get an itchy nose when I start recording, and I don't know why. Ah, that's where I gotta go. Right up there. And there's the last maiden flame. They actually weren't that far from each other this time. And this place wasn't nearly as big as it usually is. I'm usually running around in here for a lot longer than this. I knew there was something up there. Captain showed a merciless battle guard. And some revenant archers.
Need more time.
I don't want to stand at that explosion thing, because that can do a good amount of damage if you're not careful. Damn it, my nose is itchy.
I don't like the look of that.
Not ready yet.
You're not so tough, are you? Frozen Pulse, Plague, Knockback, Mauler. Not too much of an issue with any of those. Frozen Pulse sometimes, but not right now. And this would be a dead end, and then I gotta go back and fight Urzael in his tower up there. Clear out both sides. Go here before I go in there. And this fight can take a little bit sometimes. Hopefully it won't take me too long, and hopefully I'll be able to kill him pretty easily, but every once in a while things don't go that way. So, let's climb up to the top of this tower.
My master has begun his work on the stone. Nothing that you do matters. Soon demon spawn like you will be gone forever.
You will kill no more of my people. I swear it.
So yeah, he's got a good amount of life. 343 million. I'm not doing nearly that.
Still recharging.
But he's got... his attacks are pretty easy to avoid for the most part. He's got a couple that are harder
Spawn shall perish in flames.
to see what he's doing, but now the fight gets a bit more difficult. That thing, that will take your life out real fast. You don't want to stay too close to it because, as you saw, that thing's got quite a bit of range on it. Wait for it to jump, and then I use my leap. That don't touch me with that. I don't want your weird fiery snake thing. Weird fiery snake tentacle, whatever it is.
Not ready yet.
I mean, you probably wouldn't do that much damage to me right now with it, but I don't want to risk it. Because if I die, I have to start the fight over again. I don't want to do that. He does make some pretty weird noises too. And that one's... it's not that hard to see when he's going to use that attack. But every once in a while, I don't catch it and I'll get hit with the attack. It doesn't help that the whole place is collapsing around you while you're fighting him. Ah, Cormac is down. I don't know if that's happened yet, other than back when I first started using it. I think it did.
Still recharging.
Oh, he'll heal.
Strength within me yet.
So they don't really die, they just
Need more time.
follow. It's just kind of going to that weird little mini coma type thing there. Recover. See, he does telegraph that attack, but it doesn't really give you a whole lot of time to react. He does that little step and then shoots it. He like gets into the right stance or whatever and then he shoots it. You can see he does like a step to the side and then uses it. I interrupted him in the middle of it. Now he's... there we go. What is that? Good cheating
Nephilim, I will bring an end to conflict. In death there is peace.
That's kinda true, I guess. Yeah, what was that? That wasn't an achievement? Was it for the season journey? I bet that's what it was. Probably for the season journey. Now,
I need to go back.
return to the Survivor's Enclave. So Urzael is dead. He won't be bothering us anymore.
Urzael is dead. His reapers should be easy prey now.
You have saved Westmarch, my friend.
But we still do not know why Malthael wants the stone, and he grows stronger by the moment. We are running out of time.
That strange woman you brought here believes she can help. She insisted on speaking with you immediately.
It's not very nice to call her a strange woman.
I heard Liza's voice again, and I could make out more of what she was saying. She is calling out for me, but it sounds as though the voice is speaking to me from far away, from beyond our world.
How can that be? You saw that she was dead.
Now I am not sure. What I do know is that she is out there, and she needs me.
Okay, I'll talk to
Sheldon,
you.
I know how to find Malthael, but you will not like what I have to tell you.
Tell me.
There is only one person who knows how to find Malthael. She waits for you in the Blood Marsh, and you know her well. Adria.
Adria.
Oh, didn't have to say that twice.
I'm telling you, Livia was so lonely, and Zai was so alive and full of life. They shared one perfect night, and after she emerged, blushing. Dirges raced to her side, but Zai was gone. The ruby around Viria's neck was the only sign that he had ever been there.
Did Zai feel any remorse?
No, not then. He felt pride.
Bryson meant well, you know.
He's a fool, and fools end up dead around here.
Ah, so that is why you do not want him around.
What are you talking about?
You have already lost too many. Your father, your wife, even your apprentice.
You keep that nonsense to yourself, or I might forget how much I owe you.
I think we kinda hit the nail on the head there. Maybe not, but he kinda reacted a bit strongly to that. I haven't been checking at the merchants to see if they've got anything, but they probably won't. Or they will. As soon as I open my mouth.
Best service in Westmarch.
Not sure about that. But whatever you say.
Prepare for the worst, my brother always said. Finest eyes in Westmarch, right here.
I want that one. So I was pure white for a while. Now I'm going to be pure black for a while. All for the parts that can be. doesn't die the entire armor, but it does die most of it. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Okay. Now, let's check and see if this lady over here's got any books.
Tira's newly established rule over Westmarch did nothing to quell the civil war, which continued until she was driven mad and eventually killed by the...
You're not going anywhere without me.
Why?
Someone has to make sure you don't kill Adria before you find out where Malthael is.
You can come if you want, but Adria will still pay for her betrayal.
He does make a good point.
I have vanquished Urzael and his Reapers, giving the people of Westmarch their city back. Lorath and I go to the Blood Marsh to find Adria. She knows how to locate Malthael. She will tell me, and then she will pay in blood for her betrayal.
Okay. We've still got
We hid the Black Soul Stone in the deepest part of the Nephilim ruins.
quite a large
We thought it would be safe.
portion of
Malthael found it all the
I
Act
consider
5
myself
left.
an expert on all matters concerning boggits. The boggit itself is a small, odd creature given to foraging and burrowing. Under normal circumstances, it fears humans, but it can be incited to great violence when under the influence of magical objects. Rings in particular seem to excite them.
A chance for glory.
Yeah, this one time my brother was talking to me about something that was going on in this part of the act. I don't remember what it was. But he couldn't think of what those were actually called, so he called them booger things. And now we pretty much just refer to them as
The
boogers
first
instead
time
of
I saw
boggets.
She burned. Father took me to the town square to see it. Look, he said, that is the face of evil. But she looked like any other woman, and burned like anything else. Then the flames engulfed her. Her eyes found mine, and she laughed.
That's kind of creepy from what I heard. I didn't hear all of it, but I heard part of it. That stuff's basically poison. Okay. Looks like this is the only way I can go. But yeah, boggets are pretty much referred to as
This is
boogers
the
in my
entrance to
house.
the tomb, but someone's collapsed it.
Adria.
It looks like we'll have to find another way into the ruins. What was that?
Now we've got tusked boggets. Boggets, whatever.
The tusked boggin is a ferocious, hulking beast with an exceedingly bad temper. Aided by packs of boggits, it will fight anything that crosses its path. Invariably, some of the boggits will die, but the survivor...
This was just one entrance to the city. There are guide stones littered across the blood marsh that will lead us to the main one. The guide stones are useless to most, but will reveal the correct path to a Nephilim such as yourself.
How convenient. I'm all itchy today.
You cannot run, Adria.
Remember to get the information we need before...
I know.
That's not very reassuring.
I like that. That was funny.
Could we find more like that?
I don't know if you were able to catch what happened there, but we basically interrupted him in the middle of telling us to remember to get the information we need before killing Adria. And we interrupted him saying, I know, so he said that's not very reassuring.
Perhaps, when this is over, I'll return here to live a life of isolation until I reach enlightenment.
Is there not someone you would miss?
I don't know who you're talking about.
Still denying it, huh?
This is one of the guide stones. Nothing happens when I approach it.
Let me try.
So the
There
wind
are 4
passage has been
entrances to the Nephilim
eliminated.
City, each one etched with a...
My father could never understand. He was born into privilege and wealth, and he spent every moment of his life trying to protect it. I was his flesh and blood, but he cared more about the names in books and the faces of the paintings on the walls than his living daughter.
That's kind of sad.
Do you know what fear is? Fear of who you are. Fear of what your own blood would do if they knew what you were. No, you could never understand it. People look to you as a savior. Have you ever thought about the lives you've taken? They were fathers, mothers, daughters.
Okay, yeah, I get that she grew up in a bad situation and everything, but that doesn't really excuse what she's done.
The Boggin Trapper's snares are surprisingly effective, though I have no idea how they learned to fashion them. Most of the Boggin's feeble intelligence seems to be centered around killing and eating, and in this respect, their efforts are admirable. Perhaps I should hide one of these snares near my tent when I'm sleeping.
He asked me what I see when I look into the fire. I see a burning man. I see a burning witch.
I think I want to go
see
down
terror
that way
and
first.
a hunger that will consume everything. What hope do the works of men have against such all-consuming hunger? I gave myself to the flames.
This is just another part of that, probably. What the hell was that?
I had believed my new assistant was the noisiest creature in the world, but that was before I discovered the shrieking terror. This bat-like monstrosity produces the most ear-splitting racket imaginable, and furthermore managed to make my assistant scream even louder. I think my headache will last for weeks now.
Must have been this guy screaming that I heard. Jesus.
What? I'm not dead. You have my thanks. But a word of warning. These animals carry a plague and must be killed before it spreads. To create a potion to fight it, I cut one of them open and took its innards. They smell it on me. That's why they're attacking.
So I do have to protect this guy, keep him alive.
Still recharging.
I mean, keeping him alive part isn't required, but...
Need more time.
Take this as my way of saying thanks. I must get back to my work.
But we did get a reward for keeping him alive. No, because the thing with the reducing the damage from melee attacks is not, or melee attacks isn't factored into those percentages. So I'm pretty sure the one I've got is better. Oh, Jesus, this is huge.
I need another guide stone to figure out which of the sigils is the correct one.
Wave passage, wind passage. Oh, Jesus, this place is huge, isn't it? Oh, I see what it is. I see what's happening. I was trying to find the other passages, but what it's doing is it's marking them off as to which one they are as I find these stones.
Back to hell, dog. Not ready yet.
Bogan Tower. Bogan Tower, I guess. There's another storm. So that will eliminate the final false passage. And I'll then know which is the real passage I need. But I will be clearing out the vague ones too. Because they've got some... You can get some good experience and stuff in them.
Need more time. Know which of the sigils marks the correct passage.
The leaf passage is the right one. Is this what I think it is? Yep.
Not ready yet.
The Lord of the Hill, reach the top of the hill. And there's a chest up here. A cursed chest, I believe. I think it's always up here. Maybe not, I don't know.
Full capos, guide my hand.
But this one is... This is the chest that most people use for the conquesting seasons to kill 300 enemies in a cursed chest before the time runs out. the chest plates up here is the one that people usually use for that. Simply because this one, I don't think this one has a... this one just spawns enemies more than the other ones do. It spawns more at once, I think, or something like that. If it's even up here, which I don't know if it is. It doesn't look like it is. Unless you're guarding it, but I don't think so. Nope, looks like it's not up here this time.
You wilt against my blow.
Still recharging.
Wolf Capels, guide my hand.
It wasn't up here this time, so I guess it's not always up here. Or maybe that's one of the ones that's only in adventure mode, I don't know. Because I think there's some that are only in adventure mode for the cursed chests. Maybe not, I don't know. Anyway. Take that. So that's where I have to go. But I'm going to clear all the other ones as well. But that's all the time I have for this episode. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And as always, I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.